Soul Embrace Tarot, and I'm going to be making some indigo water. Everybody has a different way of creating indigo water. People use different ingredients. I keep it fairly simple. I like using ocean water as the base for my indigo water. Ocean water is, charged by the sun and the moon. It has salt, has natural properties of protection and cleansing. It is antibacterial. There's also a lot of symbolism with the ocean water. If you go into the ocean, on the beach, and you're in the water, there's a exfoliation that happens on your skin. When you walk out of the water, you feel later on when you're home that day, you feel your skin feels smoother, and that's because the salt and the sand in the ocean water has the effect of exfoliation. So that's symbolic also of sloughing off dead energy. And so I like the symbolism of that, and that's why I use the ocean water as well. Now, the beach that I went to collect the water is very active. It's not still water. It's very chaotic, wavy water. This particular batch of water that I'm creating will have an added element of releasing angry, chaotic energy. Aside from just clearing negative energy, it also has that added bonus because the wild sea water can stimulate the spirits, bringing strength and vitality and opportunities to release anger. Okay, so this is going to have an added element to that. I like cleansing all my stuff before I use it, so I tend to, I'm using a frankincense and myrrh incense. I'll be using this cup to pour the water into little spray bottles. I'm going to be using the scissors to cut a couple of the other ingredients. The ingredients themselves don't have to be cleansed, okay? I've cleansed the space. Now, this is like a maroon red color, so it might throw off the color on this camera. It might look purple, but the water will end up looking blue. Right? Okay. The ocean water has some sand. I'll try and avoid too much sand. Most of it stayed in there. That should be good. So again, the ocean water has been charged by the sun and the moon. It's used to cleanse, repel negative energy, also to manifest things into your life. This particular ocean water that I collected that day had a lot of waves. It was very chaotic type energy. Will help with also releasing any kind of angry or chaotic energy, as well as just negative energy in general, right? Indigo water helps to repel negative energy, and it keeps positive energy flowing. If you're gonna make this yourself, you can most definitely use distilled water and add sea salt to it if you don't have access to the ocean. If you go to the ocean to get your water, make sure you bring some coins with you. Pennies is fine. And that you make an offering to Yemaya and you ask permission from Yemaya and Gaia to receive and take some of her water, okay? I suggest you research how to do that, because I'm not explaining it fully here. And everybody does their rituals in their own way. So I'm just showing how I make my indigo water. I'm not telling you to do it exactly this way. I like adding ingredients. You can literally just use water with the blue anneal, which is the next ingredient. I happen to have the Triple Crown brand, but there's different brands. Here, let me tell you. There's Blue Dove, there's Real Castillo, there's just a million different types of brands. You can find these if you live in an area where there's bodegas. There might be supermarkets that cater to the local people that might be from the Caribbean. I'm sure other cultures use this. That's all I'm familiar with. So again, please do your research, okay? You can also buy it online. This is actually, it's interesting, and I don't know the history. I can't explain the history. I wish I was so thorough that I could give you a beautiful presentation. I can't concentrate long enough to do that for you. So I always urge people to do their research, okay? If I'm not mistaken, blue anneal originates as an ingredient for laundry purposes. It's used to whiten clothes. It removes every kind of stained, colored, anything from the clothes. So that's symbolic, right? Removes dirt, is symbolic of removing the negative, dirty energy. Blue anneal is traditionally used to get rid of unwanted energies, to get rid of enemies, evil eye, and a lot of cultures use it mixed with water to purify a space and to cleanse a space. Now, keep in mind that it can stain. So it's a little bit of an experiment, okay? So don't spray it on something that you don't want to get stained. It comes in a tablet. It also comes sometimes in just powder form. If you research, you'll be able to find different. And I also believe it also comes in liquid form already. Like they've already mixed it for you. But I like using it this way because it's not mixed with anything else. The liquid form, I don't know what else they've put in there. So, yeah. As I'm doing this, I'm putting in the energy of this is going to help remove low vibrational energy. Okay? You can see on the fingers it stains. So please keep that in mind. I mean, a little goes a long way. I might have put too much, actually. I then add camphor. Camphor clears negative energy. Again, camphor has a calming scent. You can find camphor in Vicks Vapor Rub. I don't know, some people don't like that smell. You can find it in Caladril. It's in many medicinal items because it has a calming property to it. It removes negative energy, welcomes positivity. It's The pure form of camphor is lit during religious ceremonies to bless homes. Burning camphor is also thought to purify the environment, ward off evil spirits, and it creates a positive ambiance, okay? It provides mental clarity. The aroma can promote relaxation, and it provides therapeutic elements that helps with mental clarity, which is beneficial during prayer and meditation as well. So I always have camphor. You can again find this where there's a bodega, where there's perhaps if you have a community from India in your area, or Caribbean as well, or you can find it online, right? I always find the Deer brand, and this is refined camphor. It's none of these items are edible. None of them. So never, 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 never put this stuff in your mouth. Okay? So I crumble it. If it's possible to crumble, I crumble it. This doesn't dilute, okay? This stays in the form that it's in. So I try to crumble it as best I can. And you'll see the little bits in the water. This does not dissolve, okay? You can find camphor water where they've already mixed the camphor in. But again, those things sometimes have other ingredients, and I don't. Oh my goodness. Give me a second. Oh, yes. I have a little bit of an addiction to camphor. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. That's a big piece. I need to break that one. Again, this does not dissolve, so it'll just be mixed in there. The last ingredient that I add is eggshell. Now, eggshell mirrors what its natural use is. So the eggshell protects the yolk, right? Which then becomes a little baby chick, right? There's a membrane that protects the baby chick, and then the shell protects the baby chick until it develops and it's ready to hatch out, right? So eggshell embodies the idea of rebirth and rejuvenation, the cycle of life, but also protection. So I add eggshells in pretty much everything that I do. I also include membrane. I cut up membrane, the part of the membrane. I dry my own eggshells, you know. It's great if you can use free range, but if all you can find is the supermarket eggs, when you make your breakfast, save the eggshells, wash them out very thoroughly. You can cleanse them with smoke or, you know, just with your own energy. You don't have to complicate things, okay? You really don't. And then, at least I don't complicate it. I really just go with the flow. The last ingredient, I was going to forget. The last ingredient is Florida water. Now, this you'll have to research, okay, the history of it. The history of Florida water, it started out as a cologne, and then quickly started being used to cleanse a space, and now it's very commonly used in spiritual practices, spiritual rituals for cleansings, right, to ward off bad luck. It's believed to be healing. It's thought to protect against bad spirits and negative energy. It smells really good. It's like a cologne. but it's used for cleansing. You can cleanse yourself. This, again, you'll find in a bodega. You can find it online. You can find it in local grocery stores if you have in your community other cultures that are Caribbean or African or that type of thing, okay? Now we're done. I can't believe I was forgetting my Florida water. Oh, I can't tell you how good this smells. It's divine. Divine, divine, divine. Okay. I've cleansed these little bottles already. Now the eggshells tend to go to the bottom of the container. So I will scrape some out and add them to each little bottle so that each person gets some eggshells. I'm gonna keep going, but here we have the little bottle. And we spray it. It's a fine mist, you see, it's very fine. I keep one usually in my car, and of course I go around and I spray the corners, I spray the front door. It can last you quite a bit. It doesn't, and sometimes these little pump things get stuck. You can dip them in warm water, wash them in warm water, and that might loosen it up. Because there's fine particles in here, there's sand from the salt water, the salt, and then all the other stuff that's added in there. It can maybe clog this sometimes. I've literally taken it out and just used the stick and just drawn a line or drawn a symbol. You can draw symbols and sigils on your doors or windows or the corners of your homes. You can, you know, just use it in many ways. All right, I hope that was helpful. I just wanted to share how I do that. All right, I hope you you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Till next time, my soul embraces yours. Namaste. Bye-bye.